Morning you guys, it's Karen and I'm here to do 2020 skincare favourites. So I have looked over a few of my favourite videos from the year because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just talking about things that I've discovered in the last couple of months. And I think I've got some good favourites here. Some of these I don't actually have at the moment simply because I haven't remembered to reorder them or I'm trying other things out. I think I've got something in every category except for eye cream. I haven't got an eye cream because I feel like this has been the year where I've tried a few eye creams and they haven't convinced me that I need one at all. So let me do it in the order we would do our skincare. So first for makeup removal, I've got two different ways I love to do it. I love to remove my makeup in the shower or bath with a cleansing oil and then follow maybe with another cleanser. Or if I'm not doing it in the shower and bath, I'll do it with an oily type makeup remover with reusable cotton and then follow with micellar water. So if in the shower and bath, I've got two oils to show you that are equal favourites. This one is the Body Shop Chamomile Silky Cleansing Oil that I have been using for years, so this isn't a new find, but this I did discover this year and it's the Carmen Cleansing Oil by The Revolution, or by Revolution, not the Revolution. This one's a little bit cheaper. I think this one's 14 and this one is 10, something like that, but you get more in here. They actually work out about the same price, but I thought I'd show you them both in case you can't get one or the other, in case one is out of stock. That seems to be the case. When I put links at the minute, everything's out of stock. But they both feel exactly the same. And what I love about them is they're oily enough to get every bit of eye makeup off. You can literally just put a little bit on, rub it in, you can take it off and everything's gone. But they're not, but they go milky, you know, they don't feel oily. It doesn't feel like you're putting olive oil on your face or anything like that. It just turns to milk but gets every bit of makeup off. It doesn't sting my eyes at all. I literally rub this right into my eyes and it does not sting my eyes at all, either of these. They're both exactly the same. I can't see any differences between them. Neither of them has any fragrance. They're both cruelty free. Really good. Both of these are really good and I enjoy using both of those. When I've used those, I generally follow with a double cleanse type product. So I am using the ordinary Squalane cleanser, but it's not a favourite. I don't think that's a repurchase for me. But what has been my favourite, but I don't have, is the Q&A Peppermint Cleanser. I just love that. I just think the scent of that is just amazing. If you've got sensitive skin, you might want to steer clear of it, but I don't mind with rinse off products like that. And like I said before, I've used peppermint for years all across my head for my migraines, and I even used pure peppermint at one point, which you're not supposed to do. But I just love that cleanser. So I definitely, as soon as I remember and sit down and order from that website, I will get another one of those peppermint cleansers. And of course I need to mention makeup removing cloths because I've got several here and I've got these from, I think I got these from Amazon and this from Superdrug. Anyway, I got a whole bunch recently because I was like, these are just amazing. And really, you don't even need a cleanser nowadays when you're using a makeup cloth. Other than with my eye makeup, it doesn't get every scrap off. That's the only thing. You know, it gets most of it off. It gets, I would say, 90% off. And then the rest is easier to come off with something like a cleansing oil. But I just enjoy the process of using a cleansing oil to take my makeup off, you know. But the good thing is I don't need to worry about if I run out of cleanser or if I don't have it handy or whatever. It's just one of these that does the trick. So, and I use it as a face cloth with these as well anyway. So love makeup removing cloths. So if I'm not doing it in the shower, like I said, I will use an oily type cleanser. You guys know that I love the Niod low viscosity cleaning ester and I have a bottle of that, and that is still a favourite, but it doesn't beat this one because of the price. It's just so expensive. And this is the Inky List Oil and Water Double Cleanser. So I have loved this for a while. I can't remember if it's more than a year. I don't think so. But you can see the oil element at the top there, and that is sea buckthorn oil, which I love. And I just think this is another one of those, you shake it up, put it on. I use reusable cotton. And you just wipe away everything and it feels so nice. But even though it's oily, it doesn't, you know, my eyes don't get all blurry. It takes everything off easily and I really enjoy using it. So love that. I follow with a micellar water, and I've actually been spoilt for micellar waters this year because I've got the Amazon one, this brand, Find. So this is micellar water, which I like. I've got the Amazon Belly brand, which I like as well. That one has got a tiny bit of a scent to it that I like, but not a perfume type scent, more like that cucumber scent. I like the Superdrug Be Pure, I think it's called. I love that one. That's been my favourite micellar water for a long time. But my absolute favourite one is the Yes to Cucumbers micellar water. That one I think I love it because of the smell. There's nothing else that makes it beat these other ones other than the smell of cucumber in it, you know, but it is more expensive than all these other ones. And I don't like the pump bottle that it comes in, so I don't have it, but it is one that if I saw it in the shops and it was in a bottle without that pump, I would probably buy it. I do check in Boots every time because they have got a little Yes to section, but they've got Yes to Cucumbers, there's a couple of Yes to Carrots items, but they don't seem to do that cucumber micellar water at the moment. But that is definitely my favourite micellar water. I would like to follow with an acid toner, and I do sometimes, not all the time. I've been using the glycolic acid toner from The Ordinary, but I couldn't say that that's a favourite. It's more functional. So I have a gap in the market for that. So if anybody's got a recommendation, I would love to hear it. So then on to actives, and I've actually only got 2 to talk about. You guys know that I've been using peptides for the last few months. I want to see what, if anything, they do, and I'm enjoying using them. The Matrixyl from The Ordinary is my favourite, and that's what I'm currently using. So I've used a bottle of the Hylamide Sub-Q, a bottle of the Buffet by The Ordinary. I'm now using this Matrixyl, and I've then got another bottle of the Hylamide Sub-Q. I think once all those 4 bottles are gone, I'll make a decision as to whether or not I feel it's done anything, because I don't feel any difference from them, I have to say. I think they're nice to use, but I'm not noticing any difference in my skin. In fact, I would say that my skin has been not feeling that great for the last couple of months, but that could be hormones. There's a whole hormonal imbalance thing going on, I know. So there's no peptides in my favourites, but what I do still love is my lactic acid. The Ordinary Lactic Acid 10% plus hyaluronic acid. I just love this. Whenever I use this, I used to use it to get rid of little dry patches. I don't tend to get them anymore because I'm not using any kind of retinoid. It will get rid of all the dry patches, but not only that, it makes my skin feel really plump. It doesn't sting my skin, even though it's a 10% lactic acid. My skin would just feel nice after using this, and I really, really love it, and I still love it, and I still always have this in. I don't use it every single day, but I do enjoy using it. And in fact, I used this on my eyelids in preparation for doing the TCA peel that I did, and it didn't sting there either. The other active, if you like, is the Hylamide ethylated vitamin C. You guys know that I love that, and I am currently using the Ordinary ethyl vitamin C, which I do enjoy as well, but I prefer the Hylamide one. It's just a little bit more warming on the skin, and that's the sensation that I love. Don't know whether because it's a higher percentage, maybe, I'm not sure, but the Hylamide one is definitely my favourite. I do like all of the ethylated vitamin C's, but the Hylamide one is my favourite for sure. And those are really the only actives I'm using at the moment, so I'm still not using any retinol, excuse me, retinol or retinoids. I did kind of accidentally use something with retinol in it. Not accidentally, but I was using using up my Gran Active Retinoid by The Ordinary, which has a tiny bit of retinol in it. And I put it on my face and neck, and I was also at the same time using the retinol tonic from Pixie. I'm just trying to use things up and use them and try them and go, am I going to use this? You know, is this going to be part of my routine? And my neck just broke out again, completely crazy. It was just red everywhere, and it looked like somebody had been trying to strangle me or something. It was horrible. And so definitely no to retinol for me. Okay, on to hydration. And this year I've discovered that I love Squalane, which is really unusual because you guys know that I loved SEM. I love the Ordinary products, the Naiad products, the Hylamide products, but I had tried the Ordinary Squalane way back when, you know, and didn't enjoy it. And I had also used the retinol in Squalane, didn't enjoy that either. I felt like it was a weird texture. And so I just decided that it was Squalane oil that I didn't like. But I can't remember how I ended up trying another Squalane oil, whether it was the Inky List one, because there is a little bottle by the Inky List that I really enjoyed the texture of. And then I also tried this one, and this is by Bioscience, 100% Squalane oil. Now, I thought this was quite expensive when I ordered it, but I think it's because it's a bigger bottle, because this has got 100ml in it, whereas most of the other ones are 30ml. But I really like this one. I think I would say that this is probably on a par with the Inky Squalane oil. If you want to try a smaller one, that one's definitely less expensive. They both feel exactly the same, but I really like this packaging. I love that it's in a pump bottle, and you know, because I use it quite generously, it's nice to have that bigger bottle. I'm using up my Inky Squalane one and then going back to this, but I used it quite a few times to test it out before I put it to the side to be used later. But I love this. This has definitely been a favourite. And like I said, I'm really surprised because I didn't think that I liked Squalane oil, but I do. And I would say that's my favourite oil of the year. I'm slightly hesitant because I'm like, I do like the borage oil by The Ordinary, but that one is better when my skin is like super, super dry. And the other thing for hydration, so this I use as a night cream, is the Boots Ingredients Hyaluronic Acid Moisturiser. I haven't had much luck with hyaluronic acid as a serum, but in products that are a moisturiser, they seem to work for me, and this is one of them. So this is just, it's like a lovely gel, it's not like, it is a gel cream, but it's really hydrating, but it doesn't feel greasy at all. Like I said, it feels like a gel cream, so it feels really refreshing, but it's not one that just disappears, you know, and you feel like your skin is matte. It doesn't feel like that at all to me. It just feels really gentle and hydrating, and I love that. Love the feel of that. I wish it came in a bigger tube because that's only a tiny little 30ml tube. And my final favourite hydration product, again, I don't have. It is by Indeed Labs, and it's the, is it Indeed Labs? Yeah, Hydroluron Jelly Moisture Gel. I don't like their serum, but this is the one that comes in the pot, and it's got a pump top, comes in a jar. I really like that, and again, it's like a jelly, but it feels very, very moisturising. It feels really hydrating, which I think has only been something that's happened in the last year or so, because I used to, when I had oily skin, I was always on the search for something that was like a gel cream that wasn't a thick moisturiser, that didn't feel like it was clogging up my skin. But everything that I would find wouldn't hydrate me enough, you know, it would make my skin feel tight, or I was like, that was pointless. Whereas this one and the Indeed Labs Hydroluron Jelly do feel like they're giving me hydration. The only reason I don't have that is I've got plenty to use up. I'll definitely buy it again, but I feel like when I buy it, or when I've bought it this year a few times, it doesn't last very long, you know, and I feel like it's $24.99, I believe. So I'll try and wait until there's some kind of offer on with Indeed Labs, or it is Indeed Labs, is it? I'm questioning myself. I'll put a link to it anyway, I'm pretty sure it is, but I'll wait until there's an offer on or something, you know, but like I said, I just seemed to use it up very quickly when I bought it. We have to talk about SPF, and my favourite SPF of the year is this one. Now, the only thing is, this is the old version, because I believe now you get a choice of colours, and as soon as this has run out, and there isn't that much left in here, but as soon as this has run out, I will be buying the newer version in the lightest colour and trying that out, so I will update you, but I absolutely adore this. And I tried a good at least 10 sunscreens this year, all mineral. No, not all mineral, mostly mineral, maybe like 8 were mineral, and I tried a couple of chemical ones. And this was definitely my favourite, bar none. And it's tinted, which I don't normally, it's not normally my first choice for a SPF, because I don't really want to have to use a different SPF on my neck, and I don't want to use a colour on my neck, because see, like I've got a jumper here that's sitting there, and I think it would end up with, you know, it would get colour on it. But this one is just, it's so negligible, the colour in it, that it didn't seem to affect anything. And I love it as a makeup base, you know, I feel like it was really hydrating, but not really hydrating, but my skin certainly didn't feel tight, and remembering that I only use this as a moisturiser, I don't use anything else in the morning, but it was also matte enough as a makeup base, so I love that. There was quite a few that I enjoyed though out of the SPFs, but this I would say would be my #1 favourite. Then still on moisture, I have to talk about this. This is Indeed Labs, and it's the Hydroluron Moisture Mist. And I showed you this in a haul recently and said that I was loving it, but I just wanted to say that I have continued to use it, and I do really, really like this. I leave it in this room here, and it's just right on the edge, so I grab it. If I'm going out, my skin feels dry, or I come into the bedroom, my skin feels dry, I just grab this and spray it, and it takes any tightness away, and it just feels really, really nice, so I love that. Almost the last thing to tell you about, I've got one other thing, but I wanted to talk to you about self-tanner, because this time last year I had a massive collection of self-tans for face and body, and I knew that this year I wanted to clear them all out and get to a point where I had a favourite self-tanner for the face, Favourite self-tanner for the, yeah, favourite self-tanner for the face, a favourite one for the body. I would say that I self-tan my face and neck twice a week, all year round, and then in summer I do my legs and arms, which is weird because I never show my legs, but and I found my perfect face tan. I'm saying perfect, I think it has fragrance in it. Yeah, it does. Oh, I've just got a self-tan on my nose. I'll get a little tan at the end of my nose. I used this yesterday. Yeah, it does have fragrance in it. I have yet to find one that doesn't have fragrance in that works really well for my face and neck, but this one is brilliant because I have problems with my neck with these lines. Either the lines end up looking white or it fades patchy on my neck. I always have problems with my neck with some tans, but this one is great and it just fades nice and evenly, gives me a lovely colour. It's not too dark, because when I did my experimentation through the year, I got rid of a lot of tans that were really, really nice and that I loved, like the Tan Luxe oil. Loved it, but it was way too dark for me, just way, way too dark. So this, I think, is a good colour for me. And although Tropez is expensive, and you only get this little, what is this, 30ml or something, maybe a bit more, I don't know. Anyway, you don't need to use very much for this, so that's up to there. But it's one of those where you just use one pump and it will just slide over your whole face and neck. It feels really moisturising, so I don't use another moisturiser with it. I put it on in the morning. So yesterday I wasn't going out, I got up, did my skincare, and then instead of putting an SPF or a moisturiser on, I put this on. Yeah, I love it. This is definitely my favourite face tanner. I don't have a favourite body tanner to talk about, but that one's my favourite. Oh, I was thinking, what is my final item? Because I decided this was a makeup setting spray was makeup. I was thinking about all my gadgets, because I was like, I've actually bought or been sent a couple. The, what was I sent? Oh, I was sent the neck thing, wasn't I? Anyway, the gadgets that I've had this year and been trying out are the Current Body LED mask, the Current Body neck mask, the Sensica radio frequency device, the Amazon radio frequency device, the Nira laser. Remember, I bought the Nira laser, and the care lamp. And I was like, what is my favourite out of all of them? Like, which one at this point in time do I think I would keep if I had to give them all away? And it would be this. It would be my care lamp. The Nira laser I've been using for 6 weeks, on my eye there and under my eye there, and I looked at photos yesterday, there's no difference, but you are supposed to wait 10 weeks, so I'm going to wait 10 weeks until I come and do a proper review for you guys. Same with the radio frequency, really. I've seen no difference, but I've not been as consistent with that. The LED masks I do love, they are very convenient, but with this I just feel like if I had to get rid of everything and keep one, this would be what I would keep, because of the experience of using it and how my skin feels afterwards. This one has got a warming feeling, and I have to stress it's warming. It's not heat. It's not like lying on a sunbed or lying in the sun at all. It's just a nice warming feeling, and I enjoy my time using this. You know, it feels like a luxury, and afterwards my skin feels like it's got a rosy glow. You know, it's not red in the way of it looks irritated, it just feels like I've got a healthy glow. And I feel like I can see that more in the mirror when I look at this. I think it actually showed more on before and after photos in the Current Body, and I do get it with the Current Body for sure. And I think that's probably the biggest thing I've noticed from LED lamps, is just healthier looking skin. But with this, I get the healthier looking skin and I really enjoy the experience. Maybe it's just because it forces me to take, 5 minutes away and just sit still. But what I also love is that this is multi-use. I've been using this on my knee, and you can use it in any area, and it's anti-inflammatory and it's really powerful, So I love that care lamp. And as I said in the last update on LED lights, there is a difference in aging. There is a difference in my lines for sure. They look softer, but it is very, very slight. And so on one hand, there'll be people that say, well, it's too slight. I can't be bothered with all that for just a slight improvement. But then on the other hand, you think, well, if I hadn't have used any of those devices, I would have aged and maybe things would look a lot worse. So you can never really tell, But like I said, with that, because I enjoy using it and it sort of relaxes me as well, then I think I'm getting a bit more of a benefit from it. That's everything for my skincare favourites. I tried to not pack it too full of products, because I am trying to do shorter videos anyway, but also I wanted it to be the best of the best, you know. Are any of these your favourites? I bet you loads of people will say this is a favourite, because I feel like this is just a kind of cult product, isn't it? But yeah, I'd love to know your favourites, especially if it's something that I haven't tried, because that will give me something to put on a shopping list. Let me tell you what I've got on. I have got on the Kat Von D True Portrait Foundation. On my eyes is a shadow that I am not sure what I think. It's by Sydney Grace, and I had seen, I think it was Mel, talking about a Sydney Grace shadow, and I went and had a look, and I was like, oh, I'm so tempted, they look so beautiful. And so I ordered just two. So this is the pan shadow that I got in Tropez, it's called, and then I got another liquid shadow. I can't remember the name of it, but it looks to be like a bit too dark for me. And I had to pay customs, of course, when it arrived, and I don't know what I think. I think if they were more easily available, I might try more, but I'm not sure. But yeah, this colour doesn't look like much to me. Maybe when I watch it back, I'll think it looks nicer, because that happened with the Pat McGrath one. You know, I didn't think the shadow looked that great when I was looking in the mirror, but when I watched it back on camera, I was like, oh, that actually looks really pretty. Anyway, that's what I've got on my eyes. On my cheeks is the Urban Decay blush in Obsessed, and on my lips is the Colourpop liquid lipstick in Midnight Snack. So that's everything. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll speak to you again soon.